Hi everybody, it's Jim Jordan here from Ashland, Oregon. I'm a certified nutritional consultant and author of Your Health is in Your Hands. And many of you have seen some of my videos recently I've done on the incredible quantum wave laser that I'm using in my practice. And today I want to do one more video, but this time an incredible story about a healing with this laser for a friend of mine who's also a client, and we're going to go into what happened with them.
So as you know, I'm a 33-year tech industry veteran, but the more personal side of my life is I'm essentially a rancher. And my gal and I rescue animals, horses, goats, chickens, ducks, that kind of thing. And so, one day we had a storm front moving in, and I also had 40 bales of hay to stack on a second story in a barn. And so, I was under pressure to get those hay bales stacked before the storm front came in. About halfway through, I slipped on the hay that had begun gathering around the hay ladder, and in an effort to stop myself, I put my hand out and to brace myself, and it went right through the edge of the hay bale into the hay ladder motor. And fortunately I was wearing gloves, else it would have removed the end of my finger entirely. But it basically severed and crushed the joint down about 90%. So I just had a small amount hanging off there. And kind of traumatic, but I was still under pressure to stack the remaining 20 bales of hay.
So how did you use the laser exactly? Which programs did you use on the laser? And we have about 8 or so pre-programmed settings in the laser. And did you use some of those, or did you use some of the ones that you programmed yourself in? And how long were you actually using the laser each day? And was this for how many months or weeks did you use the laser before you had the full use and restoration of your finger again?
I popped over to your place immediately, and you gave me a basic tutorial on the usage of the device. And then when I got it home, I immediately sorted through its existing programming, looking for bone healing, for tissue damage. I think those were the two main things. There were actually 2 different bone programmings, and so there was a book that came with it, which was wonderfully helpful. I rifled through the book and found the 4 main things that I wanted to focus on: infection, tissue regrowth or repair, bone repair, and deep bone repair. There were actually 2 flavors of the bone repair that I thought were great. So once I had those programmed in, I basically, I took the device, and at first I started by just using the broad spectrum display, which of course has the LED, the color LEDs you were telling me about, and and so I programmed it. The maximum you could do is about 20 minutes per shot, and I just began clobbering my whole hand with that, partly because I didn't have any feeling in the end of the finger. I left it kind of open here in my wrap, but I had absolutely no feeling on it at all. But the rest of my hand was hurting, and so I started basically cycling through those 4 plans, just working it like this and like this. Sometimes I set it down and just rested this on my hand, sort of like that. And other times I rested my hand on it like this. And I noticed when I first started using it that at first the pain actually went up a little bit. So I tried, I added a 5th programming having to do with pain to see if it would go down. And much to my surprise, it dropped the pain by about 70%, but only while I was using it. When as soon as I take it off, within just a moment, it started kind of hurting again. But after about 3 days, the pain really subsided to a more reasonable level. And the second thing that I did at times, just because I started getting bored with constantly putting my hand on it, I took the pin You know, the pin you described basically being a much more focused. So I basically plugged it in here like this, and you know, ran the programs, which were mainly bone and you know, cartilage, tissue, and I worked it, you know, real tight like this for 20-minute increments. It was a little hard to fit work and healing modalities in, so it was a little. I was pretty inconsistent that first week. So I had this. You let me have this for a total of 3 weeks, which was, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But after the first week, I checked the finger, and it was no longer loose on it. It appeared to, after a week's time, began to bond already. And sadly, I accidentally got it caught under something that I was lifting, and I broke it again. And so the thing was loose on the end, and I was back in. The pain didn't increase that much, but it was definitely, I was worried that I'd done something really bad, and then I began wondering if I should go, you know, maybe get it looked at. But you know, I thought, no, just relax. Let's keep going with the clay. I left that first clay bandage on for about a week, and just kept using the laser intermittently with the infection protocol, the deep bone and tissue repair, and you know, within about a week after the end of the second week, it was back solid again. Well, by the end of 2 weeks, I started getting my feeling back. I had about 50-60%. At the end of 3 weeks, I estimate I had about 75% of my feeling back in the tip. You know, I took a pin and kind of poked it, and it was definitely, I didn't even feel the pin when I first did that. So I don't know how fast nerves take to heal, but you know, I experienced what I think, anyway, to be some pretty rapid healing in the nerve department. Now, truth be told, after all these, it's been a few months, and as you can, you know, see here, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the tip of the fingernail where it was, the old fingernail came off, but that was the damage that was in the bone, and it's right at the end of the fingernail now. So I have about, it feels like about 85-90% feeling back in the finger, and I have I have about 97%, 95 to 97% use of the finger. It's got full strength back. There's hardly any pain in it anymore, although occasionally I've clobbered it, and it reminds me that it's still healing inside. But you can't hardly tell that I ever had a problem with this thing. You look really closely, you can see the sever mark, but you can't really see it on the outside of the finger, and you can just barely see it on the inside. So the tissue repair was amazing with this thing. I've never had, you know, I've had many injuries, but I've never had one heal up and look like it hardly had ever happened. So I have to assume that that this device really did a really positive number on this. So pretty grateful. So it's been a few months, and so you can see the discoloration in the nail. Of course, the former nail was removed entirely during the accident. Frankly, I'm amazed that I actually have a fingernail. But so it's amazing that not only do I have a pretty nice looking fingernail there, but in a month or two, this part will be gone and it'll look completely normal. You can just barely see the scar there wrapping around the finger, and basically the severance started right there at the corner of the fingernail. I mean, I know it looks great, but it sure didn't that first few moments anyway. So, yeah, I'm real pleased with the healing on this, and near as I can tell, I don't have any downside in the usage of this. I'm using power tools, I'm using rakes, shovels, picks, driving farm ATV, riding motorcycle, driving. I really don't notice it from day to day unless I bang it.
I'll be honest, I really did not know what your finger was going to look like today. It's been weeks since I've seen you, months, probably 2 months. And when I first saw your finger, I just thought, I really don't know a laser's going to help you. It's just a chance, a hope. It's more like a prayer. Like, I hope I can help this man not lose the end of his finger. That was my thought. And I haven't seen you for a long time. When you showed me your finger today, I actually thought today when you're going to come in, it was going to be all wrapped up and bruised still. And I saw your hand, I thought, like, was it the other hand? Or, you know, it's like, no, this finger looks like you had a little cut on it, and the nail was a little chewed up, but I'm just amazed. The thing that I'm just thrilled about this healing for your finger, I'm really amazed by it. It just reinforces my faith and confidence in laser therapy being an important therapy for not just injuries, not just wounds or infections, not just arthritis, but for generally for healing, supporting the body to heal. I use it for stress more than anything, I would say. When I'm feeling really stressed, I put it on my adrenals, you know, on the back of my head, different areas of your belly, just to relax the body. So I've made a series of videos on laser therapy. Some of them I'm showing people how to use it. I have the bundle of these videos on a website. It's not my practitioner website, it's a specific website for amazing products. That website is www.supportforyourbody.com. You can check out other videos there. If you're interested in asking me questions about the laser, if you want to buy a laser, you can call me at the number on the screen below. You can reach my website too and just do some more perusing on it. And I'm just happy that you're able to see this video. Thank you so much, Sheridan, for taking time out of your day to come and share your story. I know that is a big experience for you. You'll never forget it, and I'll never forget it. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Sheridan, and hope you have a great day.